something I've been wanting to share for a long time. I haven't been wanting to share it because, you know, I'm not gonna say I was embarrassed. I'm gonna say that I was scared of how people would receive me. Right. Uh, I'm gonna start first. This is the first video I'm gonna start off. Sorry, first, because it's two things. Uh, the first encounter I'm gonna say, I had in 2015, I had a really bad drug problem. I was addicted to Kush. Y'all know what that is. I wanted to smoke weed, but I wanted a better job. I wanted a good job and I wanted a better job. So I knew I couldn't smoke weed because they always drug tests. So I stopped smoking weed and I picked up Kush because I felt like I just had to smoke something. That was my peace. That was my, the Bible says God is peace, but that was my peace. So that became my God. And I worship weed, man. I worship weed, I worship Kush or whatever. And man, I woke up smoking, went to sleep. Before I went to sleep, I was smoking. Before I play with my kids, I was smoking. Before I watch a movie, I'm smoking. Before I'm doing anything, I'm smoking. And I had a really bad drug problem, man. And the thing is, I have to go back. This is 2015 that the situation happened. But I have to go back. I made a promise to God a while back. I believe in 2012. I believe it was 2012. I made a promise to God that I wouldn't smoke anymore. I was staying with a friend. He's a pastor, and he would go to church on Sunday. He had his own church, but his church was like somewhere else. It was like in the country somewhere, but he stayed in Houston. And what happened was he went to church, and he wanted me to go to church with him, but I didn't want to go to church with him. I wanted to go to church, where I wanted to go to church, because the church I was going to was right up the street. The church I was going to was Ivy Hillard. They call him the helicopter preacher. I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with having a helicopter. I feel like it's something wrong with the message that you're preaching. But anyway, I was going to that false church, that wolf in sheep clothing, false prophet, Ivy Hillard. And I would always get high before I go to church. Come on, y'all be doing that. You'll be getting high before y'all going to church. So I would always get high before I go to church. I'd iron my clothes and stuff like that. I'd be in church, I'd be high, and I'd be all high and stuff. And what ended up happening was, I went outside. I had the house to myself. I went outside and I smoked, and I went inside I was gonna go inside and go and iron my clothes, because I had to smoke before I did anything. Smoke before I shower, smoke before I iron, smoke before I eat, smoke before I eat, everything. But that's really a God. Yeah, that has become your God. But anyway, what ended up happening was, after I smoked, I came inside and I heard an angel speak to me. How you know it was an angel? Man, because I know what the Lord's voice sounds like. I know what the Holy Spirit sounds like. I know what Jesus' voice sounds like. So I know this wasn't Jesus' voice, but it was a voice. And I knew this wasn't the devil telling me, don't smoke anymore. I heard an angel's voice say, don't smoke anymore before you go to church. And I stopped dead in my tracks. Like, what? I know I'm in this house by myself. I stopped dead in my tracks. And I'm like, okay. And I just kind of, I just really just shrugged it off. So what I did was, I would walk down the street to the church. I just have to walk to church down the street. So I went on my little walk, and I'm headed to church, and I would usually stop at my cousin's house. My cousin stayed next door to me. Well, not next door, she stayed down the street from me. And I would usually go to her house, and we'd either walk to church, or I would hop in the car with her, and she would drive to church, which was right there. So when I went over there, when I knocked on the door, she wasn't there. And so I'm like, oh, okay, cool, I'll just be going to church by myself. So, I got out the apartment, started walking, and I lit up. On my way to church, I lit up. Mind you, I got my Visine, in my, so I can, clean my eyes, so my eyes don't be red and stuff like that. And what ended up happening is I was walking towards church, and I smoked. And I totally forgot what this angel said to me. But then it came back to me, but I was high already. It was too late. I was high already. And I heard the Lord say, I told you not to smoke, didn't I? And then and then when I heard that, as soon as I heard it, it's like, I'm trying to explain it the best way I can. It's like I heard buildings crashing. Boom, 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 boom. They was falling down, like collapsing and falling down. Boom, 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 boom. And as the buildings was collapsing, I was falling down. It's like something was being, it's like you've heard the speech. I feel like the life was being sucked out of me. It's almost like that. It's like something was being sucked out of my chest. And I started falling. I was grabbing on my chest. And at the same time this was happening, it's like I heard sirens, not police sirens, but ambulance sirens. It was all at the same time. A lot of stuff happening. And I was falling. And as I was falling, I prayed, Lord, please, Lord, please don't kill me, Lord, please don't kill me. Please, Jesus, I'm sorry. I promise I won't smoke no more. I promise I won't smoke no more. Please, I'm sorry, Jesus, I'm sorry. And I was saying that I was falling. Now, mind you, it's broad daylight. It's Sunday. There's apartments on this side. I'm in Houston, right? It's apartments on this side of the street, and it's apartments on the other side of the street. There's people walking back and forth. It's a two-sided street. Cars going back and forth. I am on my knees in the middle of not in the middle of the street, but I am on my knees on the sidewalk. People walking by, probably looking at me, cars. I'm over here begging for my life, right? And I'm like, okay, Lord Jesus, please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. I promise I won't smoke no more. I promise I won't smoke no more. So I'm on the ground, sitting there begging for my life. And it's like I felt whatever was that was being sucked out of me, I felt it coming back like this. Man, I can't make this stuff up. And so I ended up going to church, and I'm like, this right here just shocked me. I can't believe this stuff just happened. And it just shocked me. So I went to church. Now, mind you, this I ain't gonna say false prophet because he don't claim to be a prophet, but I'm gonna say a false messenger. Let me use some subtleness. It's false messenger. This wolf in sheep clothing, Ivy Hillard, New Light Church, whatever it's called, New Light. But this man, he don't preach about nothing but money. Money. That's it. That's all they preach about is money. You want to please God? How you gonna please God? You ain't got no money. Like, he always talk about money. That's all he talk about. But this particular Sunday, this man preached, and I remember like it was yesterday. He preached out of the Old Testament, and when he preached this, he said, when you make a vow to God, your soul is tied to that vow. It's something in the Old Testament. Maybe it's in Leviticus. I think it's in Leviticus. But when you make a promise to God, your soul is tied to that promise. When you make a vow to God, your soul is tied to that vow. So what ended up happening was, so it was like specifically for me. And I was like, wow, that had to have been God. You know what I'm saying? People might say, oh, you was just high. No, man, that was God. Like, come on, man. That was Jesus Christ that did that. So after that, I didn't smoke. I didn't smoke no kush no more. But he ain't say nothing about no weed. So I started smoking weed again. And you know, that was it or whatever. So fast forward, and for the record, I don't smoke weed no more. The Bible, you know, says that, you know, people who smoke weed gonna go to hell. And and yeah, you know, I can show you the verse and all that. You know, yeah, we can get to that. But anyway, fast forward, that was 2012. Fast forward 3 years later, 2015. You know, I had a really bad drug problem. I'm talking about I was bad. I stopped smoking weed because I needed to get a job. You know, so that was my dilemma. I needed to get a job. He didn't say nothing about the weed because you know, I'm gonna eventually stop it because I know I need to get a job, a good job, not just McDonald's and stuff like that. So what ended up happening was I had a really bad drug problem, man. I used to, you know, go and get money. At the time I had a baby. I had at the time I had a girlfriend, and you know, me and my girlfriend, you know, we was living with each other. We was, you know, what people would call shacked up. You know, we was doing everything that married couples would do, but we wasn't married. We didn't have no paperwork, none of that. You know, so you know, we was out of order. According to the Bible, we was out of order. And man, we had the Cool Cup house going. You know, we was doing Cool Cups and chips and nachos and stuff. We was in a little neighborhood, and we was always pumping and jumping. Man, we used to have big jars of money. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about bills, and you know, we had cash and change. You know, and I used to go in the change jar, and I used to take $20 out of it, and I used to go to the store and go get me a bag of Kush. A bag of Kush like $10, $15. I used to buy a big bag of Kush. Matter of fact, it was $20. I used to get a big bag of Kush. I used to get my papers and the lighter and stuff. And I had such a bad drug habit. You know, I would go and get this stuff, and I would smoke it, and I feel so bad. You know, I feel so bad. I know what that is now. It's condemnation. I would feel so bad of what I did that I would take the whole package of Kush that I just spent $20 on. I would take the whole package of Kush, and I would take the whole package of Kush and I would throw it away. I would be riding down the street feeling so bad that what I just did, condemned. I would throw the whole stuff away. And then I would get the urge to smoke again. I would go and drive right back by where I threw it at, and I would go looking to see if I seen where it was. And then when I seen where it was, like, I would go get it, and then I'd go smoke again. And it was bad, man. It was really bad. Like, I used to go to the park and smoke. Because I stayed in Acres Homes. And, man, what's that park that's right next to Sylvester Turner Park? I used to go to Sylvester Turner Park, and I used to smoke. And, man, my drug addiction was so bad, man. I used to smoke. And what ended up happening was, I'm in my closet, by the way. This is my prayer closet. If you ain't got you one of these, you better get you one. You better sign up for it. Something, first come, first serve, you better get you one. I have a lot of stuff in here, you know, but you know, this is where I got like this much space, and this is my closet, man. This is where I do my prayers and my reading and stuff like that. But anyway, what ended up happening was I would go to the park and I would smoke, and didn't nobody know that I had a smoking problem because I hid it. I hid it from everybody. I had a two bedroom house over there in Acres Homes. Let me tell you who stayed in the house. Me, my former girlfriend, her two sisters. They was like 19 and 16, 19 and something like that. Her two sisters, right? Her mama, her stepdaddy, her brother, my girlfriend's daughter at the time. Man, it was what, 8 people? 8 people in a 2-bedroom house? Like, come on, man. It was just we was in there like some sardines. But anyway, didn't nobody know I had a drug problem. Nobody knew, because I would go out there to the park, I would smoke, I would get high, then I would come home, and you know, before I even come home, I would go to the park restroom and I would wash my face, wash my hands with soap and water, put Visine in my ear. I'd clean myself up, make it. You wouldn't even know a thing. You wouldn't suspect a thing. Now, my son's recording this video. I'm gonna tell him while he holding the camera, don't don't get no ideas because I'm a suspect. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, what ended up happening was, didn't nobody know I had a drug problem. And I never smoked at the house. I always smoked away from the house. And one particular day that I was smoking, it was a Friday. I never forget. It was a Friday when nobody in the house. 8 people lived there when nobody in the house. Now, mind you, I have 2 pit bulls. I got the mama pit bull and I got the daughter pit bull. And it's Friday and ain't nobody in the house. So instead of me going outside to, instead of me going to the park to smoke, ain't nobody here. They all on the southwest side. They doing their own thing. Probably ain't coming back till later. So it's just me there. So I took that opportunity. I'm finna smoke at the house. Now, mind you, this drug problem was so bad. Like, I used to take this cushion. I used to, hide it in the park. And I used to be like, I'm gonna be strong this time. Be strong. I'm not gonna get it. I'm gonna just leave it right here. So I can be strong. Man, I used to take that stuff and leave it right there and be gone for hours. And then when I get the urge to go smoke again, I go back out there and smoke it. I was just so addicted to this stuff, man. I would pour it all out. Sometimes I would feel so bad and so condemned by what I did. I would pour it all out. And then, when that urge get on me and I just couldn't help it, I would go and steal money again. And I would steal money and I would take my own money. I would go buy this stuff. And this was a constant thing in 2015. Constant. And at this particular time, I was inside. And I went outside to the backyard and I went out there and I smoked with her. Wasn't nobody here. Now, when I went inside, same thing like any other time. I feel so bad that I would throw it away. So what I did was I went to the toilet. I felt so bad, so condemned. I went to the toilet and I opened the package and I emptied it. I opened it up, opened the package and emptied the package into the toilet and I dumped it out. I felt so condemned. But then the devil showed up, man. Like, literally, the devil showed up. I walked up out of the bathroom and I heard the devil say, "You know what time it is." But it wasn't like that. He said it like, "You know what time it is." He said it like that. And it's like my heart started beating. But I can tell right now, at this point in time, I can tell that I'm being led. I'm walking, but I can tell that something's guiding me somewhere. So there was a threshold that separated in my house. There was a threshold that separated the kitchen from the living room. As soon as I walked past the threshold, it's like the devil had me in chains on my wrist. And my wrist was like this, cause like I said, I can tell I'm being led. My wrist was like this, and they out in front of me like this, and it's like there was a rope around my neck. And when I got past the threshold from the living room, from the kitchen, the partition from the kitchen to the living room, it's like the devil yanked on the chain, and I did like this, like I was being yanked, and I went around the couch. I was yanked and I was led around the couch. And when I got around to the other side of the couch, it's like I was forced on my knees, and I got on my knees like I prostrated myself. And I was just started praying, "Lord, I'm sorry, please forgive me. And Jesus showed up. Oh man, this is where people look at me funny, you know what I'm saying? But God and Satan showed up, right? Jesus and Satan showed up, right? Some may say, "Well, how you know Jesus and Satan showed up?" Well, let me say this. You ever been inside of a building, like a Walmart or something like that? Or maybe you was at work and you can't see outside, nor can you hear outside, but you see people coming in and they wet. They wet, they soaking wet, they got umbrellas. What would you think? You would think that it rained, even though you didn't see the rain, even though you didn't actually know for sure for a fact, but you seen the effect that the rain had, and you know, okay, that's rain right there. Man, look, check this out, man. Satan and Jesus was here, man. I didn't have to necessarily see them because I didn't see anyone, but they was both here. Let me tell you what happened. What happened was, I got on my knees and I was praying, Lord, forgive me. I'm sorry, because I was scared. I knew the devil was here. Man, the devil had his foot. Man, I prostrated myself. Man, the devil had his foot on my back. I couldn't even raise myself up. His foot was so heavy. I couldn't even raise myself up. I was prostrated. Man, y'all, people that read the Bible, they'll know. Balaam was a prophet in the Bible, and he was rebuked by a donkey. Read the book of Numbers. I don't know, chapter 20. I don't know. I can't remember where it said. But if you read the book of Numbers, Balaam was rebuked by a donkey. His donkey started talking. Man, I got two dogs. I got a mama pit bull and a daughter pit bull. The daughter pit bull, she follow me around everywhere I go because I basically raised her. The mama pit bull, she ain't gonna follow me around. She a dog. She can go sit down somewhere. She gonna chill. Man, this dog got right over here in my ear. She claimed she walked over there on all fours like a dog and came right in my ear and started barking. When she started barking, she was barking and growling. Oh my gosh. When she started barking and growling, the Lord spoke to me through my dog. Somebody say, oh, you was just high. You was on that kush to do you like that. Listen to the story because how it's going to play out, you're going to know, okay, dang.